Hi, Ben here from Claire.io. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up back planes with blueprints on them that you can use for modeling. So what I've done is I've gone through Google image search and I typed in this case, McLaren P1 blueprint, and I found this image. And what I did next is I took this image and I split it up into four smaller images that look like this. And I did this so that I can put each one on a separate plane in Claire.io. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Claire.io, now that I've prepared the files. I'm going to grab these four sub-images. I'm going to drag them into Claire.io. I am aware of their original dimensions in terms of pixels, and that's actually important because when we start putting these onto planes inside Claire.io, we want to make sure we have the same dimensions. So this one here, which is the top view, is 600 by 300. So let's click on the top view here. Let's create a material from that texture, and let's create a plane. And remember, it was 300 by 600. So this top view here, let's make it 6 here, and we're going to make it 3 width. So it's the same relative dimensions. And that's important so that we don't distort the pixels. There, now we have our top view set up. So the next plane here, we're going to set up as the one of the side views. We're going to set it up as the back view. Now let's go back to that image here. This back view is 200 by 300, and we want to make sure that our new one is that same relative dimensions. Now it won't be exactly the same size as the car, I think, so we might have to scale it uniformly, but let's set this up. So let's go with, let's see, height. It's going to have to be, in this case, let's go with 300, and the other one, 3 by 2. And now let's put the back on that. I'm going to create a material from the texture. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to set that as the material. Okay, so we're just going to have to change this to 2 by 3, and we'll notice it's flipped. So let's just grab that and let's flip it back. And I can make sure, instead of just doing it by eye, I'll just make sure it's exactly 90. Okay, and we can position that a bit better. We can move that down to here, and then move that up a bit. Okay. Let's, we're going to be quick here, and we're just going to take this one and call this back, this one top. We're going to copy the top one, or copy the back one. We're going to clone that, and this is going to be front, and we're just going to have to change the texture on it. Okay, oops, let's fix that a bit better. Front. Okay, now we grab the front, we go to create material from texture, click on the front here. We're going to assign it. And then we're going to move that down here. We're just going to have to flip that around. And we're just going to touch that up so it's exactly aligned. There we go. And the next thing we want to do is we want to grab the side panel. So I'm just going to create a new plane. It's a bit easier. I'm going to figure out what our dimensions were from the side. Our side is 1000 by 300. So I'm just going to make this one to start off with. I'm going to make it 5 by 1.5. So let's do that. Let's see. That's the one I want. I want that one to be 5, and I want this one to be 1.5. And now let's create a texture from the side here. Back to here. Side. Okay, and then we're going to just turn that into, turn that into the right location, and we'll make sure that that's exactly aligned along the axes. And we're just going to have to scale this up now. So I'm just going to hit the default key you want is R. I'm going to scale it along 2 dimensions. I notice now that I should be flipping this around. So let's just put in 180 here. Let's translate this up a bit. There we go. And I'm just going to have to scale this uniformly down along these 2 dimensions. Whoops. Go to R. And if you ever find it scaling too fast for you, you can just hold down the Alt key when you scale, and it'll give you much more precise control. We just want to move this into position. I think that's roughly right. Let's have a look. Oh, it's still not quite scaled properly. So let's try and center that. Oh, that's actually pretty close. Yeah, so there we go. And now with this, we can actually maybe hide the front one, move this one back a little bit. We could actually start modeling with this tool set. So I'm just going to turn this one to shaded. So now we can start modeling using this as our backplane. So happy modeling, and thanks for your time.